a weird episode, and I think that's the strongest part of episode 57 for Yugioh Vrains. I think it was a fantastic, mysterious, and a teasing episode, and yeah, let's review it. But before we do that, please check out the other videos, and I want to highlight two Yu-Gi-Oh ones, and that is the 6 Ignis, a video, an interactive video for all of you lot to guess and try to guess the names of the lost children, lost Ignis, the remaining Ignis. And the other one, of course, is a theory where I say, are Haru and Bowman really brothers? So please check them out, and let's get on with the video. Hello and welcome to Dimsy's Domain. This is my Yu-Gi-Oh Vrains episode 57 review, where we saw Bowman versus Playmaker, a battle above the clouds. And let's start off with the way it began itself. It showed Bowman literally coming out of some slimy pool, a dark pool, and it's like he transformed into something else. Well, not something else, but he regained his form and a new attire. He said, "Wake up, Bowman, Playmaker is here." And Bowman then says, "Oh, I've been waiting for this." So obviously this pool is some sort of pool of dark data which is used to mold Bowman's consciousness, Bowman's memories, and once again implant new memories, as was told to us beforehand when we saw that mysterious figure instruct Haru, we need to put some new memories into him. So seeing Bowman essentially play another character, another personality, completely different from what we saw before. From last time, it seems like the memory implantation was fading and he's really starting to question it. So there must have been a logic in the memories itself, because it is 100% artificial memories, and that is, I think, quite evident. So Bowman and Playmaker, they duel. We see Playmaker and they're traveling to what they thought were the coordinates of this mysterious hideout, only to really question, okay, did Windy really tell us the truth? And this is where I think that the settings and the way that the set was designed, the way the landscape was designed for this duel and for the upcoming duel that we did see was perfect. We saw nothing, well, just atop a cloud, a bunch of clouds, and it just felt so empty, so big, so spacious. But then once again, it felt like you're in the middle of nowhere, and that kind of resonates with me, that they're trying to tell a story, and I'll really focus on that a little bit later on. Playmaker, they go, and then I'm thinking, oh, what's going on? They see some pearly gates up ahead, and on the way there, out of the clouds, there's some stone hands trying to swat them. Swat, dodge, dodge. Eventually, a stone gladiator comes out the clouds, rises from the clouds, and you will be surprised. You see Bowman there, Bowman standing atop the gladiator, and he says, "I've been waiting for you." And the thing is, Bowman speaking as if that he has memories of Playmaker, as if that he truly was waiting for Playmaker. But previously, he didn't want anything to do with Playmaker. He just wanted his Ignis. He wanted Bowman's memories back. Bowman wanted his own memories back. So this is where I think the importance of really does kick in, because the comedic role that this little AI can produce, can really enact, is fantastic. It's able to slice the tension, but not breaking it, not affecting it, not hindering it. If only, how can I really put this into words? He enhances the scene through the comedy which he expresses. I think that he adds a flavor, and he adds much needed diversity to the emotions that we can feel in that specific scene. You see the confusion on Playmaker's face, you see the determination of Bowman, and when he says, "Look, I want this," and I was like, "Oh, let me guess, if you win, you take me, right?" And he's like, "Nope," and he's like, "I'll tell you what I want, but it's going to be at the end." And that's the thing. I think that this episode, the way this was written, really did tease the audience in a very good way. I smirked, I smiled, I laughed, I chuckled when he said, "I'll tell you later at the end." It was like, oh, really? And Bowman did say, "Look, I'll give Kusanagi's brother's consciousness back only if you win the duel, but if I win, I'll tell you something later on." This was a lie. This was a lie, because he has no power to give the consciousness of Jin Kusanagi back to Playmaker. He's having Playmaker really play in the palm of his hand, and that's the thing. Playmaker does say this throughout the duel, where Bowman really did trick him. He tricked him completely, and he's really playing Playmaker. And it's nice to see Playmaker being outmaneuvered, outplayed. It's a nice change of pace since the last duel where Playmaker was really put through the hoops, and that was of course against Revolver in season 1. Now, when we see Bowman going all out, I think that you can identify even from Playmaker's and I's perspective that something really is different. Something's different. He's playing the exact same deck as when he did before, but the tactics are more aggressive, the tactics are more tactical, it's more intelligent. He's more confident and intelligent in the way he's playing. And you see Haru in the background saying, "Oh, Nisama, brother, look what you're gonna do, blah blah blah." And you see the two sides of Haru where he says, he's cheering his brother on, but he's more so observing to see how the new power bestowed on Bowman is really going to take effect. And he's surprised. Haru's surprised, just like the audience. Oh, he anticipated Playmaker. Oh, he's completely outmaneuvering Playmaker. And I think Haru is the audience surrogate, where we are kind of surprised. I guess he's a surrogate also from the other side for Playmaker and I's thoughts, who are also showcasing their disbelief and their surprise, because they really are taken aback by Bowman's sudden surge in skill, in how good he is. But as I mentioned earlier about the settings, I think that them dueling in the setting that they are, atop a bunch of clouds, both standing on two stone gladiators, identical gladiators, and engaging in a master duel. What does that say? So I think before I can really continue with that, the big bombshell that Bowman did drop is that he said he is essentially a copy of Playmaker's memories, or actually, in his own words, which I think is a lie, he's saying that during the Lost incident, which he claims to be a victim of, during the Lost incident when all the children were dueling for their lives, they were being observed completely regarding just everything, the feelings, the thoughts, the way they duel, the skills. So everything was being recorded, and thus this was used to wield and make the Ignis. And of course, for Playmaker, or for Yusaku's case, it was all about making the Dark Ignis, which is I. Now, Bowman allegedly says that Bowman is the real Yusaku, the real consciousness of Yusaku, because what happens is that when that data is being collected, obviously they have a backup data for the sake of safety, I guess. So they're saying that they have a backup portion of data, but what happened was the backup data seemed to have switched with the original data, and thus he's saying that the consciousness, the real Yusaku, became the backup data and trapped in the backup world, whence the backup data possessed the real body of Yusaku, and thus he became Yusaku. But that Yusaku is an imposter. Now, Bowman has been trapped in this backup world for 10 years or so. So he's saying, look, I want my body back. I don't believe this. And I don't think anyone does believe this. I think that obviously this is part of the implanted memories, but it makes you wonder the scope and the real, oh my god, how much data and information does this new group have about the Lost incident, about the lost children. So that's obviously something to really look into and really ponder about. But regarding the settings, just having two gladiators, identical gladiators in the middle of nowhere, kind of tells me that these two individuals are lost. They're still lost, and they are victims of the Lost incident because they are in the middle of nowhere dueling it out, two identical stone statues, to determine who is the real Goliath, who is the true stone statue, who is the original Yusaku or Playmaker. Now, obviously, I think that if Bowman was telling the truth, which I don't think he is, he would have called him Yusaku instead of Playmaker. Or maybe he's gonna drop that bombshell in the next episode. Who knows? Only time can tell. But I just like the imagery and the way the scene resonates with the story that they're trying to tell. And also with Bowman's deck of the high drives, I think that because just like the Cybers cards and the Code Talkers each represent a different attribute, it's quite cool that the high drives also are the counter. They are the direct counter to the Code Talker deck. That's a bit of a tongue twister, since they negate the attribute that they have. For example, you have the Fire High Drive card, which is going to negate the fire attributes, link monsters, or just other fire attribute cards, and then it can also attack directly. It's a direct counter to the Code Talker deck. So the duel so far has been good. I think that the tension is there. They're building the tension, and it's quite cool also, since they're dueling in daylight. The sun is there, and it makes it even more eerie, and I like that. I like the fact that it's not happening at night. It's not happening with the desolated setting, desolated ruins or whatever, which it could easily have been to represent the broken memories. But no, it's happening in a very clean cut, empty, spacious, massive sky desert. I'll call it a sky desert, but in the sky. So it's empty, it's clean, and it just represents the fact that I don't think these two know exactly what they're doing. And even if they do think that they know themselves, they don't know what direction, because they're traveling without a real cause, without a real motive, because they're not really confident in exactly who they are. And that is what I took away from this episode. That's what I took away from the narrative from this duel. And I hope you guys understood my points. What did you think regarding Bowman's supposed explanation about who he really is? Do you think Haru and Bowman are really brothers? Who do you think Bowman really is? And what do you think Playmaker is going to do? And how is he going to turn the tide around? Is he going to turn the tide around? Can Playmaker win, or will this be his first loss in Yugioh Vrains? So please make sure to like, share, check out the other videos, and subscribe with your duel disc. I got massive things coming along in the future, so please stay tuned. Check out the Facebook fan page, is somewhere here or somewhere there, or in another video down below. You may now exit Dimsy's domain. Thank you. Goodbye. Take care. Don't die.